I was just watching some clips on Instagram and things that is on my feed. One of the most prominent things is about space, about the planets and the stars, about mostly about like the outer space and astronomy, and looking at the planets and and then knowing about space and time. So I just wanted to have this recorded, just to say that nothing like business related, but everything that I do, I have no specific understanding about what exactly I'm gonna be doing, but more certainly I'm sure that moving forward there's gonna be some project in my life which will be related to outer space and exploration, not just to like build something, like not just to not for like exploitation or something, but I think it's more about like non-profit but understanding and research. I'm a lot interested in studies, but not the syllabus, like within the syllabus, everything that's outside the syllabus. And there's like where there's no limits to understanding and curiosity. So I just wanted to, record this, just so that, it doesn't get lost, because most of the times every discussion on this channel is going to be like about cold calling and me like maybe like having training updates and stuff like that. But whatever I do, I'm glad that I did not fall for limiting beliefs about like career paths and stuff. But I know for a fact that what I love doing is exploration and having curiosity. So appreciation of the of nature, like the creation itself. So that's something that I really admire. And so I was just having a look at a video where there's a guy who is looking at Jupiter using a telescope, and then it's so beautiful, like when we think about like um the rush that, oh, what, I have to sign up 10 more clients, I need to close 3997, I need to close like $10,000, like that's like numbers which you will never take with you, uh, and it's not something that it's like just numbers on the background which anyways will go away uh, as soon as it comes in. Like, it's not your money, right? It's just with you right now. So even in that instance, what I focus more on is the skill and the experience of me going through, like getting to go through through the process, me getting the chance to like fail and experience that those feelings of the stress and anxiety, like the management of money, and then seeing that, what, I have to pay $2,500 in the next 15 days, and there is like nothing coming in, and the funds that came in is just gone, vanished. And then you are exposed to an experience that only like 5%, I guess, like even like 2-3% of the population even gets to experience. So that is a privilege. So even when I go through this journey, I more or less focus on these things. That, okay, you know what, I know, like, now when I look back, I know that what exactly led me to be in this place where people look up to me. Like, there are at least like 2 to 3 people in my team, they really like trust me. Everyone in my team trusts me to the extent that they know that if I have said something that's going to be possible, it will be possible. It might take more time because it's the first time me building it, but they have seen like uh, they've seen like things being built, like me building myself, right? And then the beliefs that I have, like the positive attitude, the positive outlook, that really helps everyone around me. So yeah, one point I want to touch on a bit later is me versus the craft, right? Uh, but getting back to the space. So I think I wanted to just record this to maybe like mention this, that moving forward, maybe like 5 years, 6 years down the lane, probably will be more into research and development and science and astronomy, psychology, astronomy, geopolitics. Love these things, and business. I think these things really I'm really curious about this. So I'm not sure how exactly it's gonna play out, but in my mind, I have like curiosity for these topics. Um, so I'm pretty sure that moving forward, when I have funds, I'll be reinvesting on like research projects for human psychology, and then like like the factors of outer space, the galaxies and stuff. Like I know for a fact that there's a limitation there. So if you really if you're not aware, I'm sure most people are aware, um, that there's no limits to exploration. Like if you go with the speed of light, and even if you find everything and then you come back, there's no one to share it with. So there's no point exploring that. Like from my point of view, I'm like, okay, it's limited to us. So I would be more appreciative of the fact that there is something to experience. And the beauty of like such celestial bodies, like it's just brilliant, like just sitting there on the, it's like going with a specific speed for like millions of years, and then it just works. And then how exactly does that work? And then sharing those information with other curious minds around the globe, and connecting with global, you know thought leaders and stuff like that, for no specific reason, just because I can do it. I think that's something that's where I will be pouring a lot of funds into moving forward. And that's why I think that's also the reason why I get stay motivated. So I think money is just a vehicle, like for everyone, right? And if I think if I was just focused on money, right? If I was just focused on making money, buying a car, or buying this, buying that, and going to luxury resorts, doesn't attract me. Doesn't attract me at all. It's not something that I even think about. It's more like, okay, if I have like $1 million, right? If I can make $1 million, which the goal anyways is still on, I do not give up, even if it's like last 10 days of my goal of making 1 million and by August 31st, I would still not give up. Like there's a lot of things that I'm sure I don't know, needs improvement within me. And I really do not limit myself. Like human potential is like endless, and just money. Like when we have built like cities in the middle of when we build like cities in the middle of like deserts, right? And then we have, like, I was listening to Alex Hormozy, and he was like, yeah, you know what? If we have built cities in the middle of deserts, and like in the middle of oceans, we build islands out of oceans, then like making $1 million in like, we still have how much? 8 months? 8 months and making 1 million, just 1 million with people around you? Not a big deal. I absolutely am stoked to do that. But once I do that, it's like, okay, my family is going to be safe. We'll be having some backup finances. I will be improving me as like a character, like the craft. So I'll touch that point as well. But like, there's literally nothing that there's no point like focusing on money and then aiming to get more and more and more and more of money. The goal should be like the impact, and I am going for the impact. And the impact is more like, I want to have like 100 or 1,000 people being relaxed about the next month, and being hopeful that their goals and dreams are a reality because I did not give up. So like the experience that I want to, the reason I started, talking about the space and celestial bodies, and that being the, possible future project of mine. I think a very important project that will really stoke me up, and that'll help me go to sleep. Like, I love sleep and food. I'm like, okay, I just love food, proper food, workout, sports, and sleep. Everyone loves it, and I love it too. So me not being able to do the things that I want to do, that sometimes takes away sleep from me. And the things that I would love to, like, have in my day is more like, okay, let's say I have 100 people, and then I can connect with all 100 on a monthly level, which is going to be very difficult. But if I can really connect with people in the ecosystem and take care of them, not because they can't take care of themselves, but because I know for sure that there are things that I can tolerate. My tolerance level is like insanely high. My problem solving attitude is a bonus, and not everyone has got exposed to that. And the way I got exposed to it is like it's not simple, it's not normal. I did a lot of things that's not common, that led me to be exposed to this mindset. So nothing actually like there's no problem that actually like even touches me. I'm absolutely perfect with any problem. Like it's like the ups and downs are like so frequent. 3 days back, I had like $3,000 coming in. I was like absolutely relaxed. The next day, two deals got cancelled, and I was like, okay, back to zero. Like I have nothing to. There's nothing I can see now. But still, the bills are still stacked up moving forward. And then one day later, I still have like another two more opportunities came in. So it's like up and down, up and down, and up and down, and up and down. So on the down, when it's down, I cannot feel low. When it's up, I cannot expect more. It can as long as it's not in my account and it's actually paid the bills, it's nothing is there. It's just numbers on the like possible numbers, right? So one thing I realized is like when funds comes in and there it just goes away. There are some things in my personal life that comes in as well, and then that also goes away into some other projects in the family side and this and that. At the end of the day, like whatever I am doing, or I think I'm sure like it's probably similar for all of you, that at one point it's like it's not for you at all. Like nothing is owned by you. At least like in the next 4 or 5 months, if I make a million, then I still would be like, okay, what, how much do I need for myself? I would be like, if I'm staying in India, I would probably not need more than $500 myself, like $500, $700 in myself a month, because I don't have any wish to go to luxury resorts, wear branded clothes. I have no desires, like literally, no desires to show off or to experience luxury. I love already the process. Like this is luxury to me, and I'm super grateful for the experience that I'm getting to the dirty work in the trenches. I love it. And I've already won just because I get to do this on a daily basis. So if I make like in 50,000 a month, 100,000, the agency makes like $500,000 a month, right? And let's say I'm making like 25-30% of it, right? So that's like it's like how much, about 150K, right? 150K a month. That's like 1 crore Indian rupees. And if I make that, and all I will need is like 50,000 rupees, 60,000 rupees a month for myself, right? But still maybe like extra, like 1 lakh a month. Because I stay in this part of the country, which is like, there's no expense, and I don't want to be in a city. As long as the internet is there, good connection, and then good networks, is like, it's already good here. And I have my own house and this and that. So I'm privileged. I am privileged. So I don't need anything else. But everything else is gonna go towards long-term branding, but not for me. Everything is gonna be going back to the system in a massive scale. In a massive scale. So there's gonna be more people working on back-end chat support, email support, making sure the appointment booking systems are more and more, precise. And there's gonna be a global connection made. So this is gonna be a brand that everyone would recognize from Canada, Australia, UK, and England, US. All the businesses will know that there is a company which actually is for impact, and the money is automatically gonna come in. Now there's a lot of things that I have to learn and conquer, and there's no point talking about it when I can work towards it, right? So first of all, the mortgage and the real estate industry in the US, that's what the biggest, we'll be working on that the most. So I'll be taking this to like $1 million a month agency, like not just in one, running Facebook ads and stuff, but it's gonna be more like connecting real estate and mortgage together in a way that it's like free flowing, and there's like multiple ways of acquisition, there's multiple ways of service delivery, there's multiple ways of work that can be like that can create jobs in India, in Philippines, in South Africa, in Colombia or Argentina, stuff like that, right? So that's what this system is going to build. Now, getting back to me versus the craft, I am just a simple human being who as I shared, right? I sometimes like coffee, sometimes like tea. I like ginger tea. So sometimes that, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to work today. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I would love to work with people who are like-minded. Most days, that's fortunately that's 99% of the days. But I'm like simple, there's nothing. Just sometimes I like to ride my motorcycle, like to hang out with my friends, like once every year maybe. I really don't like to hang out. Um, so that's me, like that's me as a person. But my craft is what I absolutely respect, and I know that there is very rare that anyone would come in and beat my craft. Like there's like only 20% of the population in the business side who actually can beat my craft. And my craft doesn't only mean cold calling or emails, copywriting. It's like collectively understanding of the entire system that I know so far. It's the people I have met so far do not know it as well as I do. So I'm gonna be building that craft. Like the character of the craft is what people should know. Just a minute. So the character of the craft is what I want to be remembered. I want to build a craft so good and so big and so impactful that people remembers the craft, and I should not be remembered at all. Like I should be on the back end. Like I don't want credits at all. Nothing to me. Only the craft that I have built should be the forefront. Right? So that should be like, people getting jobs and then them showing, sharing impact, doing like charity works and connecting people, actually getting business results in the global markets, connecting like a positive brand name and brand image for India and the global level, US, inside the US, UK, despite of the negative annotations that's given to us. So it should be like a massive revolution. That's the craft that I'm putting forward. So the craft is put forward. I am not the one who has to be, hyped up. I do not like to be hyped up. I do not like to take credits. I don't even like attention at all. So what I like is like the craft should get attention because that will build the impact. And that impact is something that I will be initiating. So that's I'm happy with that. So as long as there is impact with the clients that we work with and their them getting results, and then them like actually closing loans, closing deals, that way they can get like a better, how to say it, get like better under um, ease of mind. Like when someone gets into something and they can't do it, they need help, and there are people who are more focused on just the money that they can take, and like focused on how can I make it safe for me. But I think like if I can, like I would like to keep this mindset always. I understand that from a business perspective you cannot just give refunds to anyone, but I think more than refunds it should be more effectiveness that should be promised. That okay, you know what, even if it fails, I'll not give you a refund, but I will make sure that you get the results. And we should make sure that there is some other way around that we can give them results even if the first plan A doesn't work. So we should have plan B for the clients. It should not be like you pay $5,000, $10,000, and if it doesn't work, I'll give you a refund, because that will affect the teammate. Like my teammates will be affected. Like I cannot pay everyone properly, maybe, or even I will have to pay it from my own pocket, which is not a problem. I am actually paying. One of the clients we worked with did not get good results, good enough results. And then I was like, you know what? I do not do it, but you spend $900 on Facebook ad spend just because you trusted me. And she was a very kind person. And I told her that I will be giving you that refund, right? And I'll pay you back $900. So don't worry about that. Now how? That's my headache. I will make it work, right? So I will find the funds from somewhere and I'll give it to her. If I can give it to her, then that's it. At least like the safety is built. But now one thing that she lost was time, and there was an expectation which was not met. So how can I exactly get that done? and that would be more like I'm actually working on something else that, hey, I can like possibly add 4 to 5 more loans to her, like actual loans closed, by connecting with realtors on her behalf, like, not directly taking her name, but connecting with realtors in the area so that I can maybe like, give them some kind of value, like, free service to them. That way I can gain their trust, and then I can say, hey, you know what, you deal with a lot of leads on a daily basis. So every month you might be having like a lot of lead flow coming in, people who are about to make a purchase. So if you find people who are making a purchase, then like out of, can you just give me 10%? Because I know someone in your state who is really, good. She will be able to help you like, immensely. I don't want much. Just give me one good lead. Okay. Now, if I can do it for 10 people, 10, 20 realtors, with 10, 20 realtors every month, then I can get her 20 for free, right? And then probably she can close at least 2 to 3 out of that. She should close more than 2 to 3. But anyways, like, I want her to actually, like, since she said yes to me, it should be my responsibility to make sure that she actually gets even better results than we could have given her if the first plan A worked. Now, it might take more time, but if just a minute. Yeah, so now it might take more time, but if it ends up as like 5, 6 loans closed by the end of March, it's a pretty good deal, right? So that's the kind of impact. So I think the topic that I started the call, this recording with, is I think I would be, looking into like space, astronomy, psychology, geopolitics, and topics around that, of course, along with business. So yeah, just wanted to record this, document it, and just share my authentic part of my my thoughts. And as always, I don't give I don't care about, like, if someone doesn't like these kind of videos. This is me. I only want like genuine people inside the ecosystem so that I can add more value to you, as being as authentic as possible. And yeah, I don't have the best camera, I don't have the best of quality of everything, and sometimes I'm so focused on everything, I sometimes forget to take care of myself in the best possible way. So this is me, this is who I am. I'll try to do my best. But yeah, and also one more update is, like, if someone has watched this far, I'm sure you have something, some sort of connection with me. Otherwise, why would you even listen to this far? This is more for me and my team, and like, I think people like you, so appreciate it, first of all. So I'm taking more steps into it in the SMMA journey, and I'm going to be taking more charge of the entire system and operations starting from today. So I probably need to improve myself even more. So I saw that there's a lot of faults in me which led to our slow growth, and I have been realizing that, but I've been too slow in acting on it. So it was because of, again, my problem, because it's my mistake. I was relying too much on others, even after learning that, that, hey, you know what, I need to do everything A to Z myself, like A to Z. And I think that onboarding is also something that I should be doing, because I haven't been doing that, and then it will be, it'll be like me relying on other people, right? So I think, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be taking into account like everything, anything and everything, because yeah, maybe like the onboarding call, I don't need to specifically be doing it, because it's easy to get someone to do it for cheap. If I pay like $25 an hour, I can get someone. If I can even like pay $15 an hour, then for 10 onboardings, it's going to cost me $150. I would rather not learn that, right? Because it's like time consuming. I don't want to do that. I would rather go into acquisition and operations, right? So just monitor that call, record it, and have SOPs in place, and have someone like as like a manager of operations, like operations manager, and then him doing the tracking and me monitoring it. That's what the update is. So I'm stepping up and then getting more into it. Thanks for listening to it. I wish you all the best in whatever you're doing. And if this is me watching like years later, um, I'm sure you haven't given up. Yeah. So cheers to that.